Good morning and welcome to today's daily reflection. I'd suggest that for most of us, the reason we leave our Bibles on the shelf is because we find it hard to understand. I myself, as a 9 or 10-year-old, gave up trying to read the first Bible I ever had because neither my mum nor dad would explain what begat meant. Admittedly, there are a few more books that make up our Bibles that are very hard work. Book of Revelation is no exception. Even today there are controversies surrounding how to interpret the book, so if scholars and theologians can't agree, what chance do we mere mortals have? But having said that, today's set reading, Revelation chapter 5, isn't too bad. It concerns a scroll in the hand of God that draws the attention of everyone in heaven. If this was a scene from a film, I could imagine the camera focusing on the scroll and to then slowly zoom in. The curiosity of John in his vision has John and all the audience, their curiosity is pricked. What is the scroll? What's the message? Why is it so important? And what will the content show? It's a longish chapter, but it's summed up in verses 1 to 5 and verse 9. So verses 1 to 5. Then I saw a scroll in the right hand of the one who was sitting on the throne. There was writing on the inside and the outside of the scroll, and it was sealed with 7 seals. And I saw a strong angel who shouted with a loud voice, "Who is worthy to break the seals on this scroll and open it?" But no one in heaven and on earth or under the earth was able to open the scroll and read it. Then I began to weep bitterly, because no one was found worthy to open the scroll and read it. But one of the 24 elders said to me, "Stop weeping. Look, the lion, the lion of the tribe of Judah and heir to David's throne, he has won the victory. He is worthy to open the scroll and its 7 seals." This is the word of the Lord. This was a part of the vision which the disciple John saw, meaning that we're left to work out what it means and its interpretation. The scroll, in all likelihood, had written within it the contents of God's purpose for human history. In other words, the scroll may contain the content, the course, and the consummation of all history. It was written how things will end for humanity. In other words, this scroll will tell John and us who wins and how. The fact that no one in heaven and on earth or under the earth was able to open a scroll or look into it, understandably, stirs John's fears and stokes his anxiety. And his tears were there because no one was good enough in heaven or earth to open the scroll. So what is it that makes Jesus, the Lion of Judah, worthy to do what a strong and powerful angel couldn't do? He is worthy because he has conquered. But how did he conquer? And what did he conquer? Merely dying wouldn't make him worthy. The two thieves crucified on either side of Jesus were also dead, but they were hardly worthy. So how then is death a victory? The death of Jesus qualifies him to break the seals and reveal the contents of the scroll because, as verse 9 makes clear, "And he sang a new song with these words, 'You are worthy to take the scroll and break the seals and open it, for you were slaughtered, and your blood has ransomed people for God, from every tribe, for every language and people and nation.'" And again, this is the word of the Lord. By means of his blood alone, people from every tribe and language and people and nation were ransomed or redeemed or delivered from sin and condemnation. He conquered because his death was not the end, but was followed by his resurrection. What also jumps out at me is from that verse is from every tribe and language and people and nation. Way back in August 1963, Martin Luther King stood before the Lincoln Memorial and said, "I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that my 4 children will one day live in a nation where they will be judged, not by the colour of their skin, but by the content of their character. He was articulating a dream that one that sadly has still yet to be realised, judging not by the countless wars and conflicts going on around the world today, but even within our own country, thinking of the various tensions simmering just below the surface. God's aim is to have a redeemed bride for his Son, from more than 1, 2, or even 10 ethnic groups, but from all ethnic groups, from every tribe and language and people and nation. Later in Revelation, we will read how God will live with his people. There will be no more death, mourning, or crying. Unlike now, there will be no mistrust of one another because of racial differences or suspicion of the worth or value of each other. White, black, Chinese, Arab, it won't matter. It shouldn't matter now. When we permit feelings in our heart of dislike and suspicion and disdain towards a person from a different skin colour, we are frustrating God. We are denouncing the redemptive work of Jesus and effectively despising his shed blood on the cross. We are denying the purpose of God as he redeems man and women of all ethnicities and colours and making us all into one kingdom. According to the plan of God in verse 9, Jesus is worthy because of how his death relates to all the races and tribes of the earth. He doesn't win converts by killing his enemies, but by dying for them. According to the plan of God, Jesus alone was worthy because of how his death relates to all the races and tribes of the earth. So I want to finish again with the words of verse 9. And he sang a new song with these words, "You are worthy to take the scroll, break its seals and open it. For you were slaughtered, and your blood has ransomed people for God from every tribe and language and people and nation." Amen. So whatever you do today for the rest of this week, do it with a smile. Bye for now.